Danganronpa.
Greetings everybody, Okaya Games Online. Welcome back to more Danganronpa 2. Last time, we finally escaped from the virtual island that was, well, Jabberwock Island. And in this episode, we're gonna start covering the post-game. There's a bunch of new stuff that's open to us, but first and foremost, trophies. We have 2 miscellaneous trophies that we still need to get, so you're going to see both of those on screen right now.
There's still a huge piece of evidence left.
You're talking about the footprints near the beach house, right?
With those 2 trophies gotten, we are ready to take on the post-game. Now, if you remember the post-game for DR2, this post-game is a lot larger than that. So, first of all, we've got a bunch of different modes that we didn't have before. Let's start with novel. Not going to be going into this, I'm just going to be explaining it. This is the light novel, Danganronpa If. Written by that amazing writer. Gee, I wonder which one they're talking about. I'm not going to be showing this off, but you have to go through this all. It's basically like reading an actual book. You have to go through it because you will unlock an event that you can then unlock in the gallery. Speaking of, let's talk about the gallery now. I've been unlocking things as I go, but when you beat the game, you unlock the artwork gallery. I bought everything while I was at it, but you're gonna have to go buy all that now. So all those events you've seen throughout the game, all those movies, all those songs, get ready to dump all your monocoins into it. Next is Island Mode. We're going to be covering this in a future bonus episode. But the main focus is going to be this, Magical Miracle Girl Monami. This mode you unlock after you beat Chapter 1. So let's jump into it. There are 6 stages in total. You unlock a stage for each chapter that you beat. So, stage 1 opens up to you after chapter 1. Stage 2 opens up after you beat chapter 2. So on and so forth. The reason why the rest of these aren't open is because, well, we have to beat stage 1 first. I'm not going to be going too far into this. Well, we might be able to go pretty far into it. I'm going to be setting the difficulty to easy, so that way we can get through this quick. Because I'm going to see if we can get through all 6 stages. We're not going to complete this mode, but we are going to make as much progress in as possible. So, your controls, circle jumps, square does this. This is your main method of attacking. Drawing circles around your opponents and damaging them like that. And this does have a high score system, so you can aim for a high score if you really want to. There's other things you can pick up besides gold, like time. You can pick up healing. You can pick up all that good stuff. Because you can see in the top right, you're on a time limit. In the top left, you can see your score. The heart is your health. And that 100% that you see in the bottom left, if you hit, I believe it's R1. You transform into Usami. Basically a more powerful version of yourself. But it just keeps going wave by wave. Until eventually... here's another thing. Presents. You want to pick up as many presents as you can. Reason for this being, surprise, there's trophies attached to it. There are 2 trophies attached to this mode. And we will be showing both of them. But, I mean, first we gotta get through this stage. That's an important step. Just summon a tree. Get rid of all. Really? Sometimes you gotta lure these enemies to be able to get them to do what you want. Final wave. Final wave is almost always a mono beast. Each mono beast works in their own way. Like this guy, you can jump on him, and that'll stun him. Usually it's when they're stunned that you would, obviously, want to start dealing damage to them. Oh, and this is the worst thing ever. When they're stuck in a corner, because it makes it near impossible to draw circles around them and actually damage them. See? So we're just gonna let you try to charge where... There you are. So in a location like this, he's a lot easier to knock down. If he wants to cooperate, I can see you have no intention of... Fine. Not to put up with your crap. And he's all the way over there again, because of course he is. Get used to this as well, because some of the layer mono beasts are really stinking annoying. Like, really, really stinking annoying. You'll know the bad ones when you see them. Come on. Let this be a statement to how difficult this can and aggravating this can get. We're on easy difficulty. This mono beast is being a butt. Although in theory, we'll get easier as we go. And we'll explain why once we beat this stage. There. That doll that we picked up fills up your Usami meter.
Everyone, I did it!
But that's stage 1 cleared. And unlock stage 2. But before that, let's optimize our equipment. This game this side mode does have a sort of equipment system. But usually, you'll just want to equip the best equipment. You'll know what the best equipment you have is. Unfortunately, we only got one thing out of that, the bunny ears headband. Some of the descriptions are actually really nice and references to DR1 or sometimes even this game. But there are 20 bits of equipment per slot. So there's 20 different sticks, 20 different headbands, and 20 different diapers. And yes, you do need to get all of them. And yes, it sucks. So let's jump into stage 2.
Will protect this island.
You may be finding yourself going back to previous stages as well on harder difficulties. Because, as one may expect, the harder the difficulty, the more difficult the enemies, but the better the rewards. There is... Obviously, you can't exactly influence what you get, but there is one reward in particular you're going to want, and I'm not sure whether or not we'll see it, but I can dream. And trust me, you'll find yourself having that piece of equipment equipped for pretty much the rest of your adventures in here. Your adventures in circle drawing. Wave 4. Red and white headband. I'm not sure if that's better or worse than what we have. We're gonna find out. So another other piece of equipment we found so far is another headband, aka the one we're wearing now. And if you're trying to draw a circle for far too long, like I just was, Monami's not gonna be happy with you. She's gonna be very dizzy. The worst thing in the world, when these guys are stuck in a corner. It sucks, and nobody likes it. Just keep drawing the circles. Because we'll be forever drawing circles. So the current plan is, if I don't get the piece of equipment that I'm looking for, that I'm talking about, I'm just gonna tell you what it is so you know what to keep an eye out for. Because after this stage, we are going to jump ahead. Oh, well, that's a piece of equipment. The holy diaper! We're gonna jump ahead to stage 6 after this. So you can see what, like, endgame is. Or endgame for this side mode. Really weird. When you think about it. Hey, another holy diaper, which brings me to another problem. You will find a lot of the time while you're trying to get all the pieces of equipment, you're gonna get a lot, and I mean a lot, of duplicates. So best brace yourself for that. Let's just keep drawing those magical circles. Yeah, they're great circles, I can assure you. Alright, final wave. We've got the snake mono beast. Oh crap, I'm tired. You know what? Usami powers activate. Completely invincible. And yeah, we just crushed this guy.
Everyone, I did it!
Stage clear. That is a third of the stages. And unfortunately, I do not think... We got a holy diaper, which is better... Oh, hang on. We got a ribbon as well. Red and white headband, which... is apparently just as good as the Bunny Ears headband. Alright. Whatever, game. But we did not get the piece of equipment we were looking for. The piece of equipment in particular is called the Old Man's Grass Skirt. And the reason you want this is because it increases the drop rate of presents. So you're gonna get equipment a lot more. Of course, what item you get, like, each stage, based on stage and difficulty, will have a different pool of items that can drop. And provided I remember, you'll be able to look in the description for a link to all the pieces of equipment and where they can be found in here. So I'm gonna be going to go beat stage 3, 4, and 5. Probably get some better equipment in the process. And I'll see you at stage 6. Alrighty. I have gone ahead and played through all the stages, and I've gotten a fair amount of equipment as well. I got one of the better rods, the 7th Sea Hope Rod. I've got this, and I've got the grass skirt. I could equip better equipment, sure. But the grass skirt will help me get, fill out some of the weapons. So let's go into the secret fight. As you may guess, in order to open up this fight, you need to beat the game. And that's all there is to it. I love how I built up that statement as if there was more to it, but no. It's just beat the game and... boom, this stage is unlocked. As you guess, it's a very corrupt world. How fitting for what Chapter 6 is. La 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 la. Shut up. This also functions as a sort of boss gauntlet. So you'll be fighting all the previous bosses that you fought before, so you better be ready for that. Wave 3. Yeah. Just circle around you, and you, and you. Wave 4. Oh, yep, here's the snake boss. Which means we're also going to see some bosses that you guys haven't seen yet. Considering I did not play through all the stages. I believe I only played through the first 2. It's been a few days since I recorded that part of the video, so... I don't completely remember. But every 2 waves, you have to fight a boss, in addition to some normal enemies as well, so no pressure or anything. I also have gotten a surprisingly low amount of gifts. Oh, there we go. Just gotta complain about it. I don't know if I had that or not. Well, I have it now. Wave 6, so we'll be getting into new bosses. Like this guy. A little bit of a nuisance, but not too bad, especially with our current gear. I would actually recommend, if you're gonna be going for all the gear anyway, at some point or another, just go back to previous stages and play on a higher difficulty. Sometimes you'll find it easier than playing on the current stage you're on the easiest difficulty. Also, you guys are jammed in a corner and I hate it. Yeah, let's try going over here. Maybe they'll walk over. No, they're just walking in the worst of places. There. But since upping the difficulty will net you some better gear, naturally, you can do that to prep yourself for the upcoming stages. There's no sort of level system or anything like that. All your stats lie in your equipment. Which I'm sure you could have guessed by now, but in case that wasn't obvious. Okay, you know what? If I'm gonna kill you guys the way I usually kill you, I want these fuckers gone first. Or not. I see how it is, game. Because these guys, I don't think we saw them. They have a lot of defense. So what you gotta do is you gotta keep jumping on them to crack away their armor, basically. And when they're like this, they're so much easier to kill. You can kill them when they have the armor, they just take a lot more hits. Maybe. Oh, this boss. I hate this boss. Oh, apparently that's another thing you can do. If you press the square button when you land on them, you fly in the air. Doesn't seem like it does anything additional aside from launching up a lot higher, but it's a nice touch. Also, this is a very awful wave, I would like to point that out. Just for the record. We got 2 of these annoying guys. They're gone now, at least, so all we got left is this boss. This is easily the worst boss in the entire game. At least it's over now. Wave 9. Just give me some healing, sure. I don't really need it right now. But if you say so, game. Let's take you down next. And you should be the last one for this wave, right? Yeah. Wave 10. You, fortunately, are not that big of a deal. Well, you aren't that big a deal when I can make sure you don't get an attack off. That can be a little tough, especially considering I've got guys who want to shoot at me. Wow, 2 presents for 1. Just this equip is the best. So I believe the wave after this one should be the boss. I believe anyway. I can't give any sort of confirmation on that because I don't remember this mode all that well. It's an interesting side mode. Not the kind of thing that I would play on my own time, however. Pretty much most of the time this comes up, I beat this on each difficulty, each stage. So it's 18 stages beaten minimum. Plus there's also getting all the equipment, and then that's all I do for these. But hey, if you find yourself enjoying this mode, more power to ya. Makes me excited to get to V3, because that's got, in my personal opinion, the best post-game side mode. Alright, no. Apparently that's not the final wave. We're going into wave 12 now, which is just these guys. Seems like a significant drop in difficulty. But we'll roll with it. Final wave.
You stand before
And of course, the final boss in this side mode is none other than Monokuma. And he's dead.
Everyone, I did it!
Stage clear. A magical ending. And that's the end of this mode. We got a few more pieces of equipment, but I'm still missing quite a bit of equipment. So, I'm gonna go get that on my own time, but otherwise, that's the end of this episode. The first of the bonus episodes. Next time on Danganronpa 2. We covered Magical Miracle Girl Monami, so it's only natural we're going to be covering the other thing we haven't talked about yet, Island Mode. See you guys then.
Danganronpa.